All right, here is welcome to my walkthrough of my office slash craft room, where I would call it my work room, actually. This is I'm going to take you on the tour. Everything is finished except for my baseboards and some tile that I want behind the laundry room sink and along the laundry room counter. But I'm down 2 steps. I'm coming in from my dining room, and it's 2 steps up. I come into my laundry room, which is connected. It's all one room. It's kind of how I wanted it to be since I sew a lot. I like to have the washer and dryer right here. And I have this really nice LG, double stack, whatever you call it. I always forget what to call it. And they're front loaders. So I have all my, like, on my Dollar Tree things, I have my brooms and things like that. And then we have a cart here from Michael's that I use for my baking soda and my borax and stain removers, things like that, things that I need to get to really easily. Over here, which another thing I love is I have a sink in my laundry room right across from the washer and dryer. Really nice when you have to do hand washables, but also, I have my hand washing only fabrics, or if I'm doing projects like when I'm working with the candles and the soaps and the paints, and it's so nice to have a sink where I can just clean it. Oh yes, my reciprocals aren't on yet. We did get all of these cabinets from Lowe's. So I have top and bottom. This was the Luxe brand, which they don't carry anymore. So when I did this other side, it looks a little different, but it's not a big deal. It's just a laundry room, so I'm not going to stress over it. But they did not carry the Luxe anymore when I got to that point. This is the tile that I'm putting up, so I still have to do that. My windows go out to, it's nighttime, so you'll see my reflection, but they go out to a beautiful deck, which I have doors there too, and I love to work out on my deck as well. So I own 3 companies, and I own a virtual assistant company, and we do marketing, websites, social media, e-commerce, listings on Etsy. We do all the stuff for many clients all across the globe. And then I am a consultant, business consultant, but I also own a local remodeling company. I'm getting my contractor's license at the end of the month. So we are, one of my sons and I have 9 children, and one of my sons and I run that company. And then I have my websites my hobby websites, my business websites. I'm a realtor, but I'm only doing referrals right now. And I have my Etsy shops that I'm working on, and an eBay store that I'm reinventing. I had an eBay store many, many years ago, and I've been on Etsy since 2018, but I just haven't had time. So I'm going to go through the office first. I haven't labeled. I love to label everything, and I haven't done that yet, but I will. And so I'll just kind of tell you what the stations are. I like to work in stations. So this station here is my mailing station. So I have my my scale here, and then under here, let me see if I can open these for you with one hand. So under here I have mailers, things like that for there, the tape that's going to be there. I save, just a little tip, I save the paper that I get from Amazon and other places, and I roll it up. I make it straight, roll it up. And then I have my mailers, my poly mailers there. So more stuff is going to go in there. These drawers here, I think, are empty right now, but I have my new Scotch tape thing that just came in. Over here, I have a lot of my different types of cleaning, and my extra storage of lotions and soaps, rags, and those Mr. Clean thingies. And over here in my laundry room, it's kind of dark, sorry. I have everything organized. I got these from Temu. I got those containers from Dollar Tree. And so I have it extremely organized. So I need to have everything super organized. So it's all my non-toxic cleaners except for the Dawn Power Wash there. So that's this side. This side over here, and here I have all of my candle making equipment. So everything is organized. Container for wicks and all of these are wonderful Dollar Tree containers, by the way. These are candle wax holders. Have all of my tools, mica powders, things like that. And I don't think I have my soap stuff in here. I might, but I don't think so. Anyway, so I have everything in there all organized. In this drawer here, I've got all of my hooks and things like that I need for the home. It's mostly, I get a lot of these from Temu. I love these. These stand up so well. So I've got all kinds of hooks and things, my magnets, different things like that are there. Over here, I have all of my staples. I have some of my manual staples, and then different kinds of tools, all my staples. This is I can't remember what this guy is called, but it cuts metal. And then some other tools there. I have my dryer sheets up there, and then my Ecos that I get from Costco, and my vinegar, of course. I have a granddaughter who makes these beautiful masks for cosplay, by the way. This is our folding station for laundry, and it's where I fold, towels and fabric and stuff like that as well. And then I have these little containers. I have rubber bands, bells, and then these cork things that I like. Some more mica powders down there. This is really cool. This I got from Temu as well, and it just hangs out. So things that are hand washable only, I put on there. Up here, I have all of my overstash of rubber bands. My husband and I owned a real estate brokerage for 27 years, and he loved to collect office supplies like binder clips and paper clips and stuff. So he passed away in 2020, and I just kept everything and figured I can do things with them over time. So all extra glue sticks, and then I have all of my adhesives here, things like picture hangers and tacks, things like that, glues, all of that's all organized. These I get from Dollar Tree. Almost all of these containers are from Dollar Tree, except for that one right there, which I bought a stack of those from Temu. Anyway, I love that. Oops, sorry about my finger being in the way. I was trying to close the door. So I have all that in there. And this one here, I don't have much put in here yet, except for a lot of my Dollar Tree empty spray bottles. And I do have my extra lint removers there for when I finish a project. Yeah, I have the lid for that, by the way. I do have the cover for that. We do have to put that on. My son is going to help me do that. So, and then over here, there's nothing in these. These are all empty right now, which is good. This one here has my oils, my diffusers and stuff like that. All of my finished candles and stuff are in a cabinet in my living room. And then here I have all my tools that I use like on the daily. So my tape measures, my screwdrivers, E6000, a little hammer, my razors, of course, and then all of my twisty ties. So have all of that in here. And then over here is my stand-up desk, which goes up and down, but I have it standing most of the time. It is for my workstation. This is where I do my receipts. You can see I haven't done them this week. I still need to do them. Legal stuff I need to take care of. My flooring isn't finished right there. We put down this really beautiful flooring. I am so in love with it. I wish I had this in my whole house now that I see it in here, but they didn't have enough. So I got it at Floor & Decor, and it was like the last of it. So I have it in this and then in the room over there. So let me just give you an overview of the office / craft room, and then I'll explain the things that I have made in here, because a lot of this stuff has been custom made, just my son and I doing it. So anyway, this over here is my stand-up desk, and I have my laptop there, when I have meetings with my teams in my companies and things like that, or talking on the phone with leads, sales calls, things like that, I'll typically stand over here so that I can walk on my treadmill while I'm working here. So that's that station. So it's kind of like I have stations everywhere. Then this over here is my, oh, see, isn't that cute? I got that from Wayfair. It's so adorable. I think I paid like $49 on sale, and it has a lid. It's so cute. I love it. It's super comfy too. I got this rolling cart here from Temu. These are from Michaels. They're metals, so they're magnetic. So you can see I put the Dollar Tree magnets up on there. So I have, these are all scissors that do not get used on fabric. These are all crafting scissors and journaling scissors. This is my card making station, and I do have some of my journals up there as well. But there's my scoring board. There's my Daphne's diary. There's, I don't know, we'll have time to go into all the drawers. We might have to do that another time. Anyway, so, and then here's my printables and my journaling desk. These are all, I got these are like, I can't remember how many. There's so many, there's over 250, but I think there's even more than that. And I got those from Temu, they're alcohol markers, and I got them for like $29, and they're amazing. They're really good. So this is all my crafting stuff, and then I have different kind of pens, and all my Sharpies and things are going to be in here. So I have all my black ones. I have lots of those, again, like I said, from our office. So this is another table that I do a lot of my journaling. I have my, what do you call it? What do they call this book? Smash book. So here's my smash book that I'm working on. So I'm always trying to work on different things. All my different pens and everything are up here on my windowsill. So everything's kind of my happy cats that I absolutely love. Oh, this thing is so cool. So I got this from Temu for like $6. Another happy cat. My old castanets from when I did flamenco dancing when I was young. And then I have more things like all my extra journals there that I work on here and there. Lots of different things that I have there. Over here is my sewing station. So let me take a step out so you can see it. So this is my whole sewing area, except for this craft table is to this craft one from Michaels. Goes back and forth with me, but it has like my adhesives and stuff, like depending on where I'm working, whether I'm working on cards or journals or whatever I'm doing, I can just bring it with me wherever I go. Now these pegboards are the IKEA ones, and these are my fabric scissors and shears and things like that, and all of my little clips, which I got all of those from AliExpress years ago. And I just love them. So lots of different pretty clips. And then I got these are all from IKEA. Those are from these little guys. They just go in and out, and those are all from IKEA as well. And then I have my little station up there of my metal signs that I love Yellowstone. So of course I've got taken you to the train station since 1886. And then my Fleetwood Mac signs that I love. And then here is this is what I just got from Joann's for $9. And I'm kind of like showing off my scrunchies that I've made so far on there. Let me move this over and show you in here. So this is a big, huge sewing desk. I got it from Amazon. I don't think I'm going to be able, let me see if I can with one hand do this. I might be able to. So it has this thing, yeah. So it has this whole edge that pulls out so that as I'm sewing and I need to cut something quickly, and I don't need to go to my cutting table or need to lay something out, everything is right there. Then all of my threads are here. A lot of my fabrics are here, and a lot are in here as well. But then I also have other shelves full of fabrics as well. But so this is where I store as much as I can so that it doesn't get dusty. So this table here, I made this table. I bought it on Amazon. I'll link it in the video. And I made it, I put it all together. This is my sewing table. This is an old desk. This is an antique from, I got this chair from TJ Maxx, which I absolutely love. And it has wheels on it and everything. But one of the wheels just broke off and I just fixed it and it broke off again. So I think the screw is just got stripped. So I'm going to have to fix that. But it's fun because it also has, let me show you. It also has a seat. See? And in there I have a little throw that I use if it gets chilly or I don't want the cats to sit on here. So then I'll cover it up at night so the cats don't sleep on it or don't sleep on the velvet part and scratch it. So this is my mom's antique table, my mommy's, and we bought it when we lived in Germany, and it was an antique back then. This is made with, it's so old, it doesn't need a lot of work. It's a leather top, which needs to be replaced, and it is made with no screws. This is back in the day where they used the joints of the wood to put wood together. So I absolutely love this, and you open the doors, and then you pull the drawers out like this. So they're so nice and I love those. So all my sewing stuff I try to keep in there. I bought this from Amazon, which I'll link to you below. And then I got my new Bernina 535. So I love this machine. It's a great machine. It's the first time I've had one that's computerized, by the way. And then I have there's my Bernina stuff there. And then in here I have this I got from Amazon. I got this from for free from Temu when I had credits. I also got that from Temu as well. This is where I keep like extra rotary blades, things like that. And we can go over what I have and stuff on another video. All of my things to make my wristlets and stuff are there, buttons, shells, just different things because I lived in Florida for 27 years, collected all those shells and wanted to just display them, and other beautiful rocks and things like that. I have another container here of buttons and then more Happy Cats because I love Happy Cats, and lots of other things there. And then here, these I get from Dollar Tree. These are amazing. I absolutely love them because I like to be clear so I can see everything. So these are tons of that I've been stocking up on in case we don't come to an agreement with China. I have these to catch me through until I can find another provider in another country. But these are the little things that you put on the wristlets. So, and this is a container I get from Dollar Tree as well, which I absolutely love. So I have those in there so they're easy to assess. And then I have more sewing stuff in here, in this drawer here. And then this area here is my business journaling. So my planners, these are my planners from, this is for the next quarter. This is from well, actually they're third. So this is for September through December. This was January through March, right? April? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, no, through April. And then these are from last year that I still need to go through because I have some business stuff in there that I need to transfer over. And then I have just all these things here, my planner that's going on right now. And then my notebooks, these I love these, by the way. Let me just show you how cool. See, I just love these. See, yeah, this paper. I love graph paper. Anyway, this is for my print on demand and my handmade products, my ideas, goals, things like that. So this is my planning station. My calendar for the year is up there. My calendar for the month is there. I'm very visual, so I need things like that. I'm going to be putting a clock up here. I want a clock even though I have a watch and I have a phone and I have computers. I love clocks and I love to look at an analog clock. So I am looking for that right now. I'll probably make it on print on demand and then have it sent to me. Down here is all my washi tapes, which I will show another time, I think. But all my washi tapes are in there. And then over here is my business desk, and my TV's up here. So I have my TV up there, and then I have my Mac computer here, 24-inch. It looks so small compared to my huge, I got this from Costco, by the way, this dual monitor for like $220. I couldn't believe it. I had to get it. So this is my business desk for my remodeling company and my virtual assistant company. So a lot of the things I do, accounting, things like that, if it's not receipts, other things I do here. And also I do my designing that I need to do for my designs on Etsy. And for our products, I do those over here for all my print on demand and that kind of art. I have my granddaughter made that little doll thing there for me. But anyway, so my projects that are going on right now are right here. My files are there that means I have to work on it, solve it, and then put it away in my filing cabinet. Over here is my printer stand, which I got from Office Depot, and then I put it together myself. And my printer, which I'm just getting a different one now. My printer just broke, as I don't know if you saw the video. I got this one, which is crap, so I don't like it. So I had to go get a more expensive one. This one I think I'll put in my workshop because I can use it for other things or just black and white printing and stuff like that. But it's just not the kind of heavy workhorse that I need for printing. And in these drawers, I have all my extra paper, things like that so I use the HP print on demand thing, and so they send me my paper every month, and that's what this is. And I keep this here so I know it's from them. And then I have envelopes in there, security envelopes, and then I have my 28-pound presentation paper there, and then I'll have my cardstock here, or photo paper, I'm sorry, and then cardstock there. And then in here I'll have other papers, lots of different paper that I have. So behind here is bookshelves from Walmart, which I built myself. They're 12 by whatever, I think those are 12 by 12s. And in here is all of my stickers. This is all stickers. Other papers, paper, because this is the printing area. So lots of papers. And then here's my cling stamps. I don't have... So all my stamps were gifted to me. I never have bought stamps in my life. And about 4 years ago, right when I was moving from Florida to Utah, a friend of mine gave me thousands and thousands of dollars. And here's some calyx cubes that I have with some of them that I went through. I mean, just beautiful stamps. Like, they're so beautiful. So many beautiful, huge stamps. But there's so many. I have a whole bunch in my garage, in my entertainment room. I have some in my workshop, and these are the ones that I will be using, and tons more. And then she gave me so many cling ones as well, besides just here. And then I have other things behind there for journaling and books for journaling, things like that I use. Over here, so that's over there. And then over here is my filing cabinet for business. So my taxes go in there, insurance, liability, all that kind of stuff. There's one of my laminating machines. I have two of them. I have that one, and I have that one down there. And then I have my one of my filming stands there. Over here are two calyx units that we put together. This is all my papers, and what I did was I sorted through all my 12 by 12s, and then I labeled them, and I got these, I'll show you, from Temu for a super, super good price. And they're super sturdy, and I don't know, you can see how many I can put in there. It's really nice. And then they have this tab, and then they gave me these, and then I just labeled them all. These are those photo containers that you can get from Michael's, and I got those for they were on clearance for like $9. So I bought a bunch of them because I have so many photos to go through. These are holders for magazines, which I use for journaling and for home renovations, which I got those from IKEA for 99 cents on sale. And then I have these clear books up there, which have a file paper, I don't know what you call it, but paper inside of it. I don't know. Anyway, they have clear paper, page protectors in there. And then I got these from those magazine holders from IKEA for like $2.99, I think. So I have my architectural magazines in there. Over here, I bought these file cases from Temu, which are amazing. I love those file cases and they're super easy to put together. And then these are all my acrylic paints and more. These are a lot of them. Some of them are metallic. And then I have my fluorescents, and then all of my pastels are down here. My pom-poms. These are all containers of headbands and stuff that I use for projects and for making other things with. Extra, I think you saw my video where I got those from Michael's on sale. Extra things here, just extra. These bottom containers, and here's all my scrapbooks from creative memories from a long time ago, that are all empty. So I don't know if I'm gonna just get rid of them, if I'm gonna use them again, I'm not sure. I use a lot of my pictures just in my regular planners, but these are full of, my friend gave me all her punches as well. And there's just, I can't tell you how many hundreds or thousands of dollars there are because they're so expensive. So I have, this one's all shapes, and then there's one for stars and hearts and things like that. There's one for Christmas. There's one for other holidays. But all four of these from IKEA are full of the, they're full of these. So this one's stars and stuff like that. What's in this one? This one must be, oh, designs. And then the last one is the Christmas and Easter and stuff like that. So these are calyx units that I made from IKEA. And then over here, my son put up this shelf here because what I wanted here, let me show you real quick. This this is something that's important to understand. So I was, you know how you're on Pinterest and you're looking at everything? So I saw this, and this was my inspiration of making my island in the middle. But then I had another picture of how, excuse me, trying not to get you dizzy, of having these calyx units up here and across the top there. Well, come to find out, you can't do that with calyx units. So, so my son built me this shelf with the brackets. See how he put the brackets in there? And then I put the Walmart shelves up here. So now here's a lot more of my fabrics. And I have to get another shelf because I just bought a bunch more fabrics. So I'll probably put one up there. Those top boxes are my yarn for crocheting. Here's a box for all of my strings. You can see all of my strings and things like that. And then I have a lot more. These are scraps for scrapbooking and journaling and such. And here's another project box. And then here is all of my Dollar Tree faux leather. And I have tons more downstairs because it went on sale for 50 cents a roll. And I bought every one I could find. And so that's all in my storage area. And then extra ribbon. This is for the Sissix, which I don't have a Big Shot or a Sissix machine. But again, this was all gifted to me. And I just put it here. I'll probably go and put it somewhere else so I can have that room for fabric. Is what I'm thinking there. Since I won't be using that for a while. And I don't even know if I want to buy a machine or not. So I might just sell all this stuff. I'm not sure yet. Over here is, I bought this from, no, actually she gifted me this as well, along with tons of these inks. And then I bought a lot from Temu, which work really well. And then I also bought my own distressed inks from, oh gosh, I was from Tim Holtz. So here is some distressed oxides and all white acrylic paints going on there. I got my brushes, mesh to, this is material to paint with. And then I have more stamps and grit paste, cleaner, things like that. All of my extra little guys there. I love it so much. So over here, I built all of these. These are from Michael's. So IKEA, they're $198 for these long ones. And Michael's had these on sale for, the first one I got for $99. The next one I got for $112, and I think the other one was like $112 as well, but I had to go pick them up. And they were at 3 different stores, so I had to drive everywhere to go get them. But it was worth it, and I put them together. So over here I have, and then these are from IKEA, and I have more paints on there, and all my glitters are here, and some more little paints. All my ribbons, these I got at Joann's. These ribbon holders are kind of annoying. I wish I had known and seen more YouTube videos about how annoying they are, but they're good enough for now. And then I have all my brush sets there. I have my rulers that I need. My heavy rulers, from, especially the ones from Harbor Freight, are amazing. I have my little cloth charm things there. And then I have a bunch of, she also gifted me all these cool duct tapes. And then I have my Waverly paints and things like that there. Special little things there. Some more inks, refills to refill those with. So that is there. I will, if we have time, I will show you how I organize these drawers. So the next thing I did was I have my own iron station. This is my new iron. I have a video, which I'll link to. I got this from Amazon, and I'll link to that as well for you. I love that iron. It is so cool. And I made my own ironing table. I have a video on how I did that. This was an old kitchen island that I bought on Facebook Marketplace for $10. It was filthy, and I cleaned it. I still need to sand it and fix it, but it's not the end of the world. I put my little craft iron in there, the little arm thing, extra padding. This is really cool. You use this to iron things that are delicate. And then inside here, I have more, I have my interfacing, batting, Pellon, and all of that kind of stuff in here. And I have it in other places too, because, you know, you need a lot of that. Then this is my pride and joy. So, well, let me first tell you a couple more things here. So we do all the work ourselves. Obviously, I own a remodeling company, so my son and I put in everything. Now this is 2 IKEA of the small ones. There's these filing drawers, and then this is an IKEA countertop. And the same thing I did over here. I put 2 IKEA drawer sets. And then I got these cute little things from Temu, little drawers that I add. These are little, I need these wet things, so I just keep them handy there. And then I had these extra things from IKEA, which I just put the extra, it's 262 is how many markers I got. So I have some extras in there. And then this was another IKEA tabletop, okay? So those I got all from IKEA. Let me just, before I go through my island, let me just go through, and I told you I got that from Amazon. So over here, this one is this one is a Michael's. This one is an IKEA one, okay? And then this is 2 more IKEA drawers, and then this one is another tabletop that I put over it. So over here, this is for this station, I put 2 IKEA things, but then I bought this table because this was too small for the 2 computers, okay? So I had to do something different. So I bought on Facebook Marketplace, a lady was selling this IKEA table for $20, which is a lot wider. The width is more, and it's a tiny bit longer. And so it also had the legs. So what I did was I just kept the legs, see, and I just set it over the table. And there's a tiny little, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a tiny little space there, which is fine. And it's plenty sturdy enough. So that's what I did there. And then I said I got that from Office Depot, and I put that together. Filing cabinet, got that from Office Depot, and it's on wheels. I put that together. The printer stand is also on wheels, which I love, and so I can just move it around really easily. Now for my dream thing, and this is another thing I wanted to show you. So this is my dream island, and I'll take a step back so you can see it closer up. This one was my inspiration piece from Pinterest. Now, I didn't realize, and probably AI generated it, because if you look at the picture, you see that pink chair to the left and the back. You see how much taller it is than this table here. So I thought I could buy 4. I thought I could buy 1, 2, 3, 4 of these and then just put a tabletops over it, which is what it looks like they did, but it was way too low for me to stand and work. And it makes it look, this picture makes it look like it's tall and you can stand at it. But this is how low it is. So here's an ottoman. You can imagine how low that is. And then you see I have to sit down. I can't stand and bend over. I'll hurt my back. So what I had to improvise here. So I have 4 IKEA drawer sets. And then I bought these half shelves from Michael's. So these are from Michael's, half shelves, and those were on sale. So that was a really good deal. So then what we did was we glued them together really well. And then we used a 2x4 on each side to help hold up the tabletop. And then we got butcher block. So this is the same as the laundry room butcher block, right? These were 2. So I got 1, 2, they're 4 pieces. And so then, let me show you. What happened is then in the middle, I have the calyx units. So I have 2, 4, this is one long calyx unit, the 2x4 on its side, and then 4 more of those Michael's half cubes. Now the table will hold up, but guess what? There's an empty space right in the middle there. So we had to go in the middle there, and I'll show you here. You see how this goes all the way through, and this one doesn't, okay? So when I did where the calyx units are, they go all the way through on 2 of them. And so it's great because I can put big rolls of batting and stuff in there eventually, okay? So right now I just have like little projects going on. So we had to climb in the middle and hold that up with with some wood. We had to build a base right under this so that everything would be supported. Not that I do heavy stuff on there, but then over here, I have the same thing again, 4 IKEA units, and then 3 of the Michael's units. Now on this side, it comes out farther because I wasn't going to buy a piece of butcher block, just that, and I couldn't have it any bigger. I needed it to be tall enough that I can put my elbows on here and be able to work and bend with my elbows, put my weight against the table and be able to work on the table. Okay, so that's what I needed here. And I just love it because it's humongous. It's huge. This room itself, just this room here, let me take a step back, is 25 by 20. So it's a big room. So I have this here. And then, I wanted the part that protrudes out on the side that people don't see because no one comes to this side of the room. And then over here, again, we have another calyx unit. And then I have 4 more of the Michael's half drawers. And again, we like glued everything because first of all, for calyx, you can't drill them together because they'll just fall apart. They're just paper inside. So you have to use strong glue for those. And then what I did with the wood is I didn't want to paint it. First, initially, I was going to paint everything white, and I'm so glad I didn't. But for the wood, I used linseed oil. And so I just keep putting coats. I have like 3 coats on it, and I probably want to do a couple more coats. So on this table, you can see how huge this is when I take a step back here so you can see it. So it's pictures of me when I was a model down there, sorry. So anyway, so if we take a step back, we can see how large that really is. It's really, really big. So this is, I put these bumpers on here because I do have grandkids that come over all the time. They're not supposed to work in here, but they'll still walk in here. So I put those there. I got those from Temu as well. Really good deal. So then here I have my green mat, which is in inches. And I got this from Temu actually after I compared it with everybody else, but it was a local seller. And so that turned out really nice. And then I have my little this is an IKEA turnstile thing. So I use, for a lot of my journaling, I use rubber cement. And then I have my thing there. And then I have my scissors. Oh, my favorite scissors in the whole universe. Anyway, these are by, what's the name of their company again? I always forget. Oh, I keep the tag on this little guy. It's called Gutermann. Gutenheim. Beautiful, beautiful fabric scissors. And my rotary blades, things like that. So they're like easily accessible. And then my pink cutter is here for doing paper cutting, but I have a lot of other paper cutters. I have drawers, so I have a lot of them, other ones for different applications. So that is the office. Now, I'll just take you a little bit back here just because there's couple of things so I didn't have room in here for a couple of things. So this is going to be my master bedroom. I just finished wallpapering that wall. We're framing it in. My bed's going to go there. But I wanted to show you. So I still have all these stamps to go through. And these ones won't be put on stamp because these are, see, again, this is all gifted to me. These ones are all blank. Like you have to take those off and put them on the wood blocks, which I'm not going to do. I'm going to turn them into cling stamps then because the wood stamps just take up too much room, right? But that's what all of this is, which I haven't gotten through yet. And here's more. So see, they come like this. And then you have to, oh, I guess, yeah. And then you put them on there. And this is what they look like. So many letters. She had so many fonts. It's crazy. So anyway, I wanted to just show you. And so I didn't have a place to put this dresser. And it doesn't, I don't really mind that it's in here, but it is full of stamps. These are all the cling stamps. I mean, there's just so many of these. I don't see how anyone could ever get through them in all their years. Like, I just don't see it. But I have just tons, and they're all labeled, and they're all in these CD cases, which I'd love to put them in binders, but I don't have time right now. And then here's more of them. I think this is like different brands. And then there's even more here. So I had to buy these. I bought these from Amazon, these dividers. I'll link those below for you. But again, like this one says, through the trees. Let's see what that looks like. So it says with heartfelt sympathy. So it looks like for sympathy, sentiments, faith. Here's one, faith and hope. So it's just like a saying, and then some courage, hope, prayers, things like that. So tons and tons of them. Anyway, so many of them. Over here is all my jeans that I've been gifted, tons and tons of jeans, because I do repurposing. So that's jeans. That container's full of jeans. I'm going to put these in my workshop. That's full of jeans. That's full of jeans. This box is here full of jeans. And these are my t-shirts that I just got from Jiffy. So we're going to do some live modeling of my print-on-demand shirts and my designs. And then over here is my journal. This is my journaling, my scripture journaling desk, because it's in my bedroom and it's where I get away from work. And this is where all my scriptures are, my Bibles, all my things that I do for scripture journaling, and everything that's in here has nothing to do with work, has all to do with God and Jesus Christ. So that is what this area is for me, to focus on Heavenly Father and Jesus Christ. Love it. So I love Bible journaling and scripture journaling. And because I didn't have any room to put all of my journals, this room here has all of my journals. This is my bedroom. This is where it's a big, huge bedroom. It's a 20 by 20, so it's big enough. And this is all my journals through the years there. More journals down there. Work. This is all, and these containers have paperwork. Here's a stack that didn't fit in there that I need to go through and either throw away or scan or something. And then I have all my business books. I don't read fiction, so I have lots of business books and leadership books and things like that. So that's all of there. And then all my scripture books, like my Christian books, are in my living room. And then I have some school books for my grandkids here because I homeschooled all my kids, and then I kept some of these that I thought were really good to keep. So over here, I'm building an IKEA, what do they call them? Now I can't remember the name, but a wardrobe closet there. And that's going to be my master bathroom back there. And then I'm building one all across here as well. So this is the bathtub that's going in my master bathroom. We had to buy it before we closed up this room because otherwise it wasn't going to fit through the doorway. So there you have it for that part. I still have this project thing to put together. I'm going to put all of my sets for my scrunchies and my wallets and everything that I'm making, putting them in a row of kind of like a assembly line thing going on there. This side here is all for, here's one of the, I was telling you about buying the, what are these drop cloths? And this is one of the ones I bought from Harbor Freight. And then all of these have different things to do for journaling or paper. Remember, I owned a brick and mortar real estate brokerage for years and years and years, and I have just so much paper that's left over from before computer days, and you'd have to print your flyers and things like that. So I think we might do another, it's been 46 minutes, so I'll do another video on the insides and how I organize all the crafting things and stuff like that. So if you have any questions, let me know. Let me just maybe do a zoom out here, maybe. Oh, it is zoomed out all the way. I was going to try to get you another big zoom so you can see how the room actually looks from an angle. So I'm so excited I finally got this done. Yes, I still need to put a door up on my bedroom. I still need to get a bed. I still need to get a mattress. But this was my favorite part. And what I love the most is the lighting. Because if you see, I'm filming at night, and we had an electrician. We don't do electricity. And we had an electrician come in and make a pattern of all these lights so that I don't have to use a bunch of studio lights. Now I do in my workshop and in my production room, but in this room, I don't need to use any lighting. It's perfect lighting. And in the daytime, it's really nice. So this is my stand here that I use for when you see me doing projects without me in the picture. So I look forward to seeing you on the next video.